Your new home journey starts at Fisher Homes, where everything is red, white, and new. Explore exclusive summer savings and start your journey by selecting your ideal home site and your dream community. Choose from a variety of expertly designed floor plans and bring your style to life at the Lifestyle Design Center. Are you looking for a quick move-in ready home instead? Fisher Homes has options for those too. Fill out a form to connect with a new home advisor at fisherhomes.com to get started today before the sun sets on summer savings.
Amazon Pharmacy presents Painful Thoughts.
The guy in front of me in the pharmacy line is halfway through an incredibly detailed 17-minute story about his gout, a story likely more painful than the gout itself.
Next time, save yourself the pain and let Amazon Pharmacy deliver your meds right to your door. Amazon Pharmacy. Healthcare just got less painful.
This episode is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. At Navy Federal, it's been the mission to help the military community for over 90 years. And not just help them, but do everything to make sure they not only grow, but flourish. That's why Navy Federal Credit Union has all kinds of great savings and investment options like share certificates with sky-high rates. So don't hesitate. Start growing your finances today with a variety of savings and investment options. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Savings products insured by NCUA. Investment products are not insured, not obligations of Navy Federal and may lose value.
Episode 414, Staycations Revisited.
Welcome to the Frugal Friends podcast, where you'll learn to save money, embrace simplicity, and live a richer life. Here are your hosts, Jen and Jill.
Welcome to Frugal Friends podcast. My name is Jen.
My name is Jill.
And you all loved our recent episode that we did with Jen on a jet plane about vacation destination dupes. And so we wanted to revisit staycations.
That was such a good one. We walked away from that episode with a few bucket list items to try out.
And we actually had a listener who messaged me after that episode and said they went to Washington right after the episode aired and were able to, it gave them the idea to walk through, I forget what the flower was, but like these fields of flowers, and she sent me pictures.
Whoa.
And it was gorgeous.
Amazing.
And that's
the
right
tulips in Washington State?
Yeah. It must have been. I'm bad at flowers, but it was gorgeous.
That's awesome.
And it was thanks to that episode. So we're going to do a little bit more just talking about traveling in our own backyard.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one because it is, if you've been listening to other episodes, what I, Jill, and my husband, Eric, are implementing lately. Just how can we really lean into and enjoy our area if we're not going to be traveling as much? And it has been really fun. It has not been deprivation. So we're excited to help you lean into maybe a staycation that is just an added little bonus and isn't deprivation. Whether that's because you're trying to save money and you can't really travel, or you've got other kind of life events, or you just want an opportunity to explore your area more, take more breaks. There's a million reasons to do this. But first, this episode is brought to you by The Drifters, pleading with you, don't go, please stay. And their other hits like Save the Last Dance, Under the Boardwalk, and sign up for the free Friendletter. That last hit is my personal fave. While not as old as the others, it's chock full of all the goodies like freebies, money-saving tips, and mindset hacks. To get this top hit in your inbox, go to frugalfriendspodcast.com. Thanks, Drifters.
I didn't realize the Drifters was a band.
Oh my gosh, were you Googling that just now?
No, I wasn't. But that last hit is dense. It's packed. Yeah. It's a lot of stuff.
Man, they really went all out on that last one. Sign up for the free Friendletter was, they had everybody on all their instruments just jamming out.
Just doing their job. Yeah, for sure. So travel. We love travel. We love spending our money on experiences. But something that we say is that just because you value it doesn't mean that you have to spend all of your money on it. Frugality incites creativity so that we can get the things that we value at a lower cost or at no cost. And it is totally okay to spend money on the things you value, but it doesn't mean you have to. And so that's something with staycations. They're going to cost money, but they're going to cost a lot less than the European vacations that a lot of people are taking on social media this summer. So if you love talking about travel, then again, episode 386, our best vacation destination dupes. The conversation about cheese caves in that episode changed me. And that was with Jen on a jet plane, obviously. And episode 284, how to hack your next vacation with Chris Hutchins. He is a travel hacking expert, but we spend maybe a quarter of the episode talking about points. We talk a lot about how to get everything else low cost, everything you can't get on points, how to keep the vacation affordable, because sometimes we can get the free flight or we can get the free hotel and then overspend on everything else because we got a deal on one thing. I was just listening to a podcast where that was their vice. Like, she would see an $80 flight, she would book it because it's such a good deal, and then spend without regard on everything else.
Yeah.
So it didn't end up being a money-saving trip.
Yeah.
So that's 284 is really good for that.
We also polled you all in that friend letter again, that top hit from the Drifters.
What a jam.
Sign up for the free friend letter, frugalfriendspodcast.com. And we asked you all, what's your favorite summer activity? And the options were swimming, hiking, sunbathing, volleyball, boating, other. Tell us. And you all love swimming.
Swimming won out by a landslide.
By a landslide. You all are swimming this summer, which is great. That's very much a staycation activity. It's also a vacation activity, but it is something you could do locally.
Yes, but you guys are doing other really cool things, like spending time with your horses and attending horse events. And these are all things. So we're saying these things that like our listeners are doing, but like to spark your creativity, going to waterfalls, camping, gardening, riding on a motorcycle. I was talking to my college friends' parents, and they rented motorcycles the whole time their kids were growing up, and then bought them. But they loved renting motorcycles when they didn't own
on a rented motorcycle.
Well, you don't. You can ride the latest model without paying full price for it. Yeah. So they were renting them, and it was so fun. And you got to rent a different bike every time, far less expensive than owning one.
Yeah.
But a lot of you love camping, concerts. It's like, if you are a music person, festivals aren't cheap, but you can see so many artists at the same time. So it's kind of like getting a deal. It's like bundling.
Amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
I've never been to a music festival, but I assume it's like bundling. That's a lie. I went to Warped Tour a couple times.
Wow. I guess I can't say I've been to an adult summer camp, but I have not been to a music festival.
That's a story. That's a story for a later time.
What is that? A never have I ever?
So the article that we are going to be in today is a two-parter. So it's one article, and it is how to plan a joyful staycation on KonMari.com.
Even the aesthetic and the way that this is written felt like it was helping me enter into that mode of kind of just making everything a little bit special. And so I did feel inspired reading this. But we want to go through, first of all, just kind of how to plan a staycation. And then we'll go into some ideas that they list out, the different types of staycations you could possibly do that can start some brainstorming.
Yeah, I never thought about the KonMari method with vacationing, but it does make so much sense because we see so many pictures and videos from around the world, people vacationing. And it's really hard, especially when you don't know what happens in a place or what goes on in a place you've never been to figure out if that's like a place that's good for you to vacation or a good place for you to explore. And so really considering these staycations first can help you establish maybe like what you value in travel so that you can more intentionally choose these bigger travel destinations.
Yeah.
So the first one in how to plan a joy-sparking staycation is to imagine your ideal trip. So there are countless staycation ideas out there, so it can help to spend some time envisioning your ideal staycation, much like you would a regular vacation. So what sort of experience sounds ideal to you? Do you need some rest and relaxation, or intellectual and creative stimulation? Like, I think that's something that maybe we don't think of with vacationing. Like, if you have a job that requires creativity, and that doesn't have to mean art or things in the art. If your job requires you to think differently or innovate, so often we can get in creative slumps. And so maybe you just need a vacation that sparks creativity. This is something I see entrepreneurs do all the time, is just do a weekend in a hotel and just explore a place nearby to spark creativity and like quiet themselves.
Yeah, just getting out of your immediate space. I notice this for myself, even just throughout a work day. I can forget to walk outside.
Yeah.
And only when I remember, get outside, look at a tree, breathe in fresh air, I feel so much better, rejuvenated, ready to get back into it. Just those little breaks. And that's kind of what I think we're looking at a staycation as. And I will say the article does describe a staycation as something within your area. A staycation can look a lot of different ways, but you're cutting out the travel. You're cutting out a long road trip. You're cutting out airfare. But that doesn't mean that you couldn't either stay in your own home and explore your city, or for some people, it does mean going within, a 20 to 40 mile radius of their homes and staying at a hotel or something like that. That could still be considered a staycation.
Yeah. My definition was you can leave your house in the morning and be in the destination in the afternoon, still enough time to include that day as part of the staycation.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a few hours of a trip.
Yeah. But so what do you want your ideal trip to be? Maybe it includes outdoors. Maybe it includes some sports or no sports, staying as far away from sports as possible. So maybe there's like a disc golf tournament that you want to participate in, or you just want to accompany your spouse to one and not go, but like stay at the hotel. That is a dream. So yeah, brainstorm things that you would like to do, and also work on this with your partner if you want to staycation together, so that you can come up with something that's you're doing each other's, like you're doing your own ideal thing, but together. Like your ideal thing doesn't have to be their ideal thing, but something that you can both do your ideal things in the same location-ish.
Or because it can be so much less expensive than a vacation, you both get to plan a staycation at different parts of the year.
That's so true.
One gets to do their ideal thing, the other gets to do theirs, which ties into number 2, consider your budget, consider your spending plan, consider what sort of money you want to put towards this. As with anything, this could be a staycation, could be very expensive, or it could be inexpensive. It could be super complicated, or it could be really simple. So again, in identifying your ideal type of staycation, also consider, how much money do I want to spend on this? Am I really trying to do something where I do get to relax and have some adventure, but I really only want to spend like $50 on this? Or actually, I could spend $200 to $300. It's not enough to get me to go somewhere outside of my hometown, but it is enough to have a nice dinner out and go see some sights and do some cool things. So whatever the money's going to do will also help to dictate what you can do.
Yeah. We love, like, our primary way that we vacation is these small staycations. And we live so close to Orlando, so we have so many options. So we're just like really blessed in that area. But we'll use points for hotels, and we'll just do a one-night stay somewhere. And we'll get there like early in the afternoon, take advantage of all the amenities, have the place to sleep, and then do a late checkout if we can, and then explore like some playgrounds in the area.
That's cool.
That
Something
is
new for the kids.
Yeah. So we always try to see what's free wherever we're going. Like Orlando has a lot of great playgrounds. We go to a lot over here, but like every playground we go to over there is brand new for the kids.
Side note, I've been liking Instagram for this. Like you could just search places to visit and then insert your hometown. It's possible that they could come up with things within an hour of the place that you're searching. There are whole accounts, especially in our area, like places to visit in Florida, places to visit in Tampa, places to visit in St. Petersburg. And then you're going to have all these different accounts telling you about these different opportunities that maybe if you've lived in the area for so long, you don't know about or you've forgotten about, or it can jog your memory of, oh yeah, that is a park I want to check out, but it's an hour away. So it's not typically what you're going to do on a Saturday. But now when you're planning a staycation, we're going to finally check out that park. So if you're looking for ways to brainstorm, I would encourage you to try that, like places to visit blank.
Yes, because I follow those accounts for St. Pete. And let me tell you, I was born and raised here, have lived here all but 5 years of my 35 years on this earth. And there are things that they post on that account. And I'm like, man, when did that come in?
Yeah, I've started to like save. I've got my own saved section of just spots I want to visit and put it all. I'm collecting them all.
Yes. And there's email newsletters a lot, like cities will have some kind of, like ours has I Love the Berg. It's not a city run account like or website, but they all have some kind of like commerce business association, some kind of newsletter where they're always talking about what's coming in, what's opening, and then just like check Yelp to see the things. I think we're probably skipping ahead. So this goes into number 3, which is plan an itinerary. It is no good to go into a staycation without a plan, because the plan is what sets your staycation apart from normal life, right? So when we have a plan to do the restaurant or the hotel or the pool or whatever, you can get a resort pass and you can get a day pass to these nice resorts in your area and you don't have to pay for a full night there. So, but you don't do anything unless you plan for it. And that's what makes it feel special and set apart. And that's the thing about a staycation. It feels set apart from regular life. That's the staycation of it.
And I like this tip. We've talked about this as it comes to impulse spending. If you are wanting to go scroll and spend some money off of whatever Instagram's telling you to buy, or you're just scrolling Amazon for no known reason, do this instead. Plan your itinerary, scroll the places that you want to visit, make a list, start to think through, oh, what's near what, and how could I make a day out of this? A much better way of spending your time and then your money eventually, and can kind of give you a little bit of that high of, because when we know that dopamine releases in anticipation of something. So if that's what you're looking for, anticipate a cost-effective trip and you'll be able to get that dopamine release of anticipating something that you're planning for and have money to put towards.
Yeah, because when we are trying to decide whether to make an impulse purchase or to not, the idea, like our financial goals really do fall by the wayside, and our brains naturally go more towards instant gratification. So if you can have something like a staycation, maybe every month or every other month, depending on how hard it is for you to delay gratification, then you can use a staycation as something, a goal that's closer, that feels more or less delayed than a financial goal. Like I can say, I'm not going to eat out this week because in 2 weeks I'm going on my staycation and I'm going to eat out at an even nicer restaurant. And if I don't eat out at this one, then I can go bananas with what I order on the staycation.
Yes.
Now that I have kids, I'm hyper aware of the information I put online. But unfortunately, there's only so much I can do. Our personal information is everywhere on the internet, and I don't have time to monitor and take it off every website. That's why I personally use Delete Me.
Delete Me is a service that finds and removes any personal information from hundreds of data broker websites and makes sure it stays off. Delete Me isn't just a one-time service, it's always working for you, constantly monitoring and removing the personal information you don't want on the internet.
I signed up, completed a questionnaire, and they took it from there, submitting opt-out requests to data broker sites and keeping my personal info private.
To take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me. Now, at a special discount for our listeners, today get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/frugal and use promo code FRUGAL at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/frugal and enter code FRUGAL at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/frugal, code FRUGAL.
When it comes to ensuring your company has top-notch security practices, things can get complicated fast. Vanta automates compliance for SOC 2, ISO 27001, and more, saving you time and money. With Vanta, you can streamline security reviews by automating questionnaires and demonstrating your security posture with a customer-facing trust center. Over 7,000 global companies like Atlassian, Flow Health, and Quora use Vanta to build trust and prove security in real time. Listeners can claim a special offer of $1,000 off Vanta at vanta.com/special. That's VANTA.com/special for $1,000 off Vanta.
AI might be the most important new computer technology ever. It's storming every industry, and literally billions of dollars are being invested. So buckle up. The problem is that AI needs a lot of speed and processing power. So how do you compete without costs spiraling out of control? It's time to upgrade to the next generation of the cloud. Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, or OCI. OCI is a single platform for your infrastructure, database, application development, and AI needs. OCI has 4 to 8 times the bandwidth of other clouds, offers one consistent price instead of variable regional pricing. And of course, nobody does data better than Oracle. So now you can train your AI models at twice the speed and less than half the cost of other clouds. If you want to do more and spend less like Uber, 8x8, and Databricks Mosaic, take a free test drive of OCI at oracle.com/strategic. That's oracle.com/strategic. Oracle.com/strategic.
The next one on this list is Make Meals Special. So they're describing this depending on, again, how you want to do your staycation, whether you are staying home and you're going to be cooking, then think about some meals that you'd like to eat that feel more special. Maybe there's a new dish that you're excited to cook. Or if you are going to a hotel, you could treat yourself to room service. Or is there a restaurant that you've wanted to try for years, and take some time to jot down a few ideas of restaurants or recipes that you want to be trying. Make a grocery list, have a loose meal plan in place. But I think the key with this one is that it feels special. It feels out of the norm and the regular routine of what you're doing. And because for me, at least, food is a big part of vacations. So if we can pull that into our staycation experience and be able to have some food that feels out of the ordinary, maybe this is the time that you allow yourself some chippies with your sandwich, or you're able to get I'm thinking we've got this Italian market near us that I just love, and they have these really great pre-prepared meals, but it's not something that I do regularly. Like that might be something that I would do, is get a pre-prepared pasta dish and a really nice salad from the Italian place and have that on hand if I'm staying home, or plan out, where do I want to go? What new restaurant do I want to try? Think about ways, because if you're not traveling and you're not having a lot of new sights that you're seeing, then having some new cuisine is what can make it feel special.
Yeah. And we give almost the opposite advice while you're traveling, to make meals like almost not less special, but just pick and choose your special meals. And I love like Costco and Sam's Club, they're pre-prepared meals that you can just like either eat cold or slip into an oven pre-made and just warm up. They're so great. They are really great when you don't have a full kitchen. Maybe you just have a little oven or a microwave. But this can be something you use on a staycation as well. Maybe you are getting an Airbnb. Then you can, instead of maybe one night you're cooking and one night you're going out, on the night you're cooking, you don't have to like make dishes and stuff. You can just get one of these pre-prepared meals like from the Italian market or from Sam's Club. The fifth is, nobody is surprised this is on the list. It's from KonMari.com. It's to tidy up. And this, I will actually say, make sure your house is clean before you leave. So when you get home, you're not coming home to a messy house. And this is like a goal everybody wants to do, but it is very hard. But it will feel more like a staycation if you do tidy up before you leave. Because if I'm coming home to a mess, then I have that anxiety, and it starts on the drive home. But if I'm coming home to a clean home, I do not have that anxiety on the way home. So I feel more relaxed instead of, we all have experienced that you get home from a vacation and you're more stressed than when you left.
Yeah.
So at least you can eliminate that one stressor.
My comment on this is tied to number 6, which is slow down. It's important for us all, whether we're staying or we're going on a staycation or vacation. But I think if you're staying in your home, tidying up is even more important before you enter into the staycation. So having a clean home can help you to be able to slow down and relax, because you're not looking at everything you have to do and that needs to get done. It can be one help for you to actually be able to rest and relax in your home. And they even recommend, pull out the good linens and use the tablecloth and light the candles and do all the things that, again, you may not normally do. The things that are going to help you slow down, and only you know that. For me, one of the reasons that I do need to get out and go to a hotel is because I can't. I have a very hard time turning my brain off in my home. I'm going to end up wanting to get a project done, deep cleaning something that I don't normally do. So you know yourself and what you're going to need to actually be able to rest and slow down. Or if you are in your home, what do you need to do ahead of time to prepare so that you don't get distracted by all these things, and put parameters around it, that I'm not going to do any projects and I'm just going to enjoy my space.
So the second part of the article is staycation ideas for every taste. And so these are themes that you can theme your staycation around. And I think everyone should do every single one of these. So just like make the list and just check them off. Try to do them in a year. There's 6 of them. So you could do one of these themes every other month. And there you go. There's your beautiful year of staycations planned. The first one is the artist retreat. And so this could be art, but it could also be architecture. So head to the nearest city that has museums, galleries. These don't have to be like big museums. Like most cities will have some kind of small local gallery. So you could do that, or you could do tours, like home tours if you like architecture. You could do ghost tours if you like spooky stuff. Almost every city has a ghost tour.
Yeah. Check out Groupon for your own city.
Groupon will have all of these. It is the best for them. Try a sip and do some craft, sip and craft. Yeah. They have them all. Oh my gosh, our city now, you can do candle making, you can do pottery making and painting. You can do canvases, or you could get, if you're staying home and you're not going out, you can get one of those paint by number kits that I see everywhere that always
They are
taunt
calling
me.
to you, aren't they, Jen?
I know.
Maybe you do need to try it.
They taunt me.
Maybe you could.
But yeah, just something that flexes your creativity muscle in the physical, and that will translate, I think, to other parts of your life too.
I will also add, if you've got universities near you, it could be worthwhile to see what's open to the public at the nearby universities. So we've got a lot between St. Pete and Tampa, and I went to one recently that one of the buildings on their property is over 100 years old and was owned by the city, but then donated to the university, but with the qualifications that they leave it open to the public so that the public can enjoy the grounds and be able to tour it. So it's completely free to be able to walk through, and they've got placards around to learn about the different architecture and the people who came through that building, depending on what the university is known for too. Sometimes you'll have some really cool stuff on university sites. If they are known for business or agriculture or architecture, then there's definitely going to be things on the campus that are odes to those types of schools. So that I did a staycation with a friend recently and toured this campus, and it was the highlight for me. I would not necessarily consider myself like a museum person, but that was very fun. It was both indoors, outdoors. It felt like not a typical kind of museum environment because you've kind of got the collaboration of students live here and go to school here, and there's this like cool history happening.
Yeah.
So that was something I hadn't thought about before that, but throwing it out to you all, check out your local universities, what they've got going on. The next one I'll mention is do a spa weekend. Again, whether this is going to be something you recreate in your own home or you choose to spend some money because you're saving it in other ways by not getting a plane ticket or a hotel, but booking yourself a spa weekend, getting a facial and a massage, or doing an at-home pedicure and a bath and a sheet mask and lighting a candle and playing soft music, whatever that's going to look like, really be able to set some time aside to pamper yourself.
Or you and another mom go halvesies on a hotel room, get away from your kids, and you just do the spa things. You get those masks on. You guys watch some trashy TV that your husbands don't like. That's a dream. You get the double beds.
That is a dream.
What
actually.
a dream.
I think I know what we're doing next.
I would love to do that. Or even like go halvesies. So you go get a pedicure out and then you do other things at home. Or you find a school that has facials and massages.
Ooh, yeah.
Cortiva is the one near us, but they have places around the country. Almost every city will have a massage school.
Yeah.
So go find it. The next is a backyard staycation. So you spend the day or weekend outdoors in the backyard at a nearby park or a city arboretum.
You got
Arboretum. Thank you. I'm bad at flowers. With a picnic, some books, whatever. I love this. We have so many like gardens in this city. A lot of them are free. Some of them you have to pay. The Largo botanical gardens are so beautiful. Not a lot of beautiful things in Largo, but like that is beautiful. So go find something beautiful in nature around you. And then just spend the day there.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I would not sleep outside in my backyard, but so many people do. So that could be, if you like camping, it could be a thing. I like a mattress.
I like this next one on the list. It's romantic firsts. So if you do have a partner that you are taking this staycation with, couple of ideas here. Either do recreate all of your firsts together. So if you're still living in the same area where you met, going to the same restaurant where you first met, or seeing the first movie that you saw together again. Another idea, again, still with firsts, is do something throughout the staycation that is going to be a first for both of you. So maybe new experiences that you can have together that neither of you have done before. It doesn't have to be super complicated, but like if neither of you have played pickleball before, great, go try it. If neither of you been to the local state park, go do that. Or again, recreate some of the first things that you did together.
I love that. What would you recreate?
So our very first date, we did a lot on our very first date.
We did a lot too.
Yeah. We went to Skip Rocks at a nearby state park. We went out to dinner at what became our favorite dinner spot because it was so inexpensive. It was cash only. You could get dinner and drinks for less than $10 a piece. And then we went shopping for Mother's Day cards because we met right around Mother's Day. And then we watched a movie. It was Easy A.
Oh, I love that movie.
That would be the movie we watch again. Is Easy A.
I love that movie. That movie's so good.
We don't live in the area that we met, but there's some of those things that we could do together.
Yes.
Like skipping rocks and watching ECA.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
What would
you know what
think?
you could do? You guys met at a wedding, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to a wedding in June.
Yeah.
So you could like make it a first date meet
cute
date.
Yeah. I'll wear the same dress I wore to that
If
wedding.
you still fit in that, I'll punch you. I'll punch it.
I
off
don't
of you.
want to. That was a no. I did not keep that dress.
I'm just kidding. So the next one is the solo staycation. Here's the thing. It says if you're single, but listen, if you're not single, you probably need this
You're
more.
still gonna want it.
You need it. So if you are a person, a staycation, a solo staycation is the perfect opportunity to connect or reconnect with what sparks joy for you. So, some solo staycation ideas. Take yourself out on a date. If there's a place that you want to go that your partner does not or your friends do not want to go, go. I went to a Ray LaMontagne concert by myself because I've always been 60 years old. And nobody.
I love Ray did love.
Well, I didn't know you when I saw him.
I totally would have gone with you.
Nobody even like knew who he was. So I went by myself. This was before I met Travis. I used to take myself out all the time when I was single, all the time. Spend a day in your city's botanical gardens, and then go to lunch or cook your idea of a perfect meal. Just anything you love to do or have wanted to do and nobody wants to do with you. Take yourself out, girl.
Be the best date you've ever
You
had.
are your best date.
I can buy myself flowers.
Yeah, nobody buys you gifts as good as you do.
Oh, so
nobody
true.
treats you as well as you do. So go, girl.
The last one on this list is the faux vacation. And I do like this one. And I'm going to tell you what, I like it not just as a staycation. I like this as a regular Tuesday night if I can do it. And that is if you have a dream destination to travel to, whether it's a foreign country or another state that you've never been, but it's known for certain things, certainly take some time to like plan and save to hopefully be able to go there one day, but bring that place to you. So figure out what types of things that area has. And if there are dupes in your area, again, referencing our talk with Jen on a jet plane, but also food. I mean, that's the best way to kind of recreate an area. So they give the example of, let's say you wanted to travel to Tokyo someday, then having a time dedicated to Japan, make sushi, figure out how to make sushi, watch YouTube videos, get the ingredients, try a hot pot place, host a Japanese inspired dinner party. If it's not Japan, pick the place and identify what kinds of foods do they have there. Could I pick up a new skill in the process and be able to bring that place to me? I love this for just even being able to make a regular week feel special, or being able to help me with my meal planning. Like for an entire week, oftentimes I will do the cuisine of a certain area because that also helps me use up specialty ingredients that often might go to waste. So if there are dishes I want to try, but they use mirin, which by the way, you can just sub some white wine for that. But if you're getting some of these ingredients, then plan the whole week for it and try out a bunch of new dishes. But you know what we love to try out?
And we try this every week. It never gets old. I always love to go here with you.
The Bill of the Week.
That's right. It's time for the best minute of your entire week. Maybe a baby was born and his name is William. Maybe you paid off your mortgage. Maybe your car died and you're happy to not have to pay that bill anymore. Duck bills, Buffalo Bills, Bill Clinton. This is the Bill of the Week.
Hey, Jen and Jill. I am so excited about this Bill of the Week. So it's my car insurance. And last 6 months, I wasn't really happy with how my cost was going up. So I did a little bit of shopping around, found a different company that actually wasn't a whole lot of savings at that time, but the company has really good reviews on responsiveness if you actually have an accident, which is important. And they also have the app that you can download onto your phone, and it monitors if you're going, if they say speeding, they're only checking if you're going 80 miles an hour. They don't know what the speed limit is. Stuff like that. And it's not one of the ones that, oh, actually, you're a really bad driver and you get not as much, and now your rate goes up. It's not one of those. The guy was super great about explaining everything. So, last 6 months, my bill was $868. I got the maximum discount, and this 6 months, it is $609. That is nearly $260 of savings, and I am so stoked. I am so pleased about this. Have a good one. Bye.
Yes.
I'm so stoked with you. I have been trying to shop around for car insurance, and we live in Florida, and it's so high. But this is a massive win. To save $260 on 6 months of car insurance is so huge. Sometimes you hear $15, $20, and that's still nothing to laugh about. That's great. Then you can buy dinner with that. But $260, you can have a staycation with that kind of savings.
Yes.
If you all are listening and you want to submit a bill, if it has to do with saving big money on some insurance negotiations, or if you're just out here planning a staycation, your name is Bill, and you want to just say hi, visit frugalfriendspodcast.com/bill. Leave us your bill. We're ready for it.
Your new home journey starts at Fisher Homes, where everything is red, white, and new. Explore exclusive summer savings and start your journey by selecting your ideal home site and your dream community. Choose from a variety of expertly designed floor plans and bring your style to life at the Lifestyle Design Center. Are you looking for a quick move-in ready home instead? Fisher Homes has options for those too. Fill out a form to connect with a new home advisor at fisherhomes.com to get started today before the sun sets on summer savings.
Amazon Pharmacy presents Painful Thoughts.
The guy in front of me in the pharmacy line is halfway through an incredibly detailed 17-minute story about his gout, a story likely more painful than the gout itself.
Next time, save yourself the pain and let Amazon Pharmacy deliver your meds right to your door. Amazon Pharmacy. Healthcare just got less painful.
Did you know that 1 in 8 kids in Atlanta will go hungry tonight? Eating healthy, balanced meals is essential for kids to learn and grow. That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield and education nonprofit Common Threads have teamed up to help schools learn about healthier food preparation. In Atlanta, they're joined by The Dream and will provide education, recipes, and knowledge to students and families about healthier options. Visit anthem.com/dream to learn more. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Blue Cross Blue Shield Healthcare Plan of Georgia, Inc.
And now it's time for the lightning round. Pew, pew, pew.
All right. What is your dream staycation? Jill, I want you to go first because I feel like you've thought about this way more than I have.
I have. I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
I have thought about this.
You have.
I can't say I've thought about it more than you. Oh man, I do have so many ideas. Okay, top of mind though, something that I did get excited about recently is, y'all remember how when we were in the midst of our renovations, took us 3 years, the first thing we did was build out an Airbnb, like a hotel room. It's like a bedroom, bathroom that we were going to Airbnb. And then by the time we got to the end of the renovations, we decided not to Airbnb it. And that's on us. That's our bad. And we're living in it now. But I had the idea recently because, like I said, I don't know that I could fully allow myself to rest and relax in my own space. However, I was thinking that it'd be very fun to set up what is now our owner's suite as a hotel room for us, where we almost block off the whole rest of the house, or we don't allow ourselves to enter the whole rest of the house. But I bring in my Nespresso into that space, and we treat it as if we are our own visitors to this Airbnb space, and we do the things that an Airbnb guest would do. So I would like leave out maybe a bottle of wine and have an espresso in there, and we'd use the kayaks, and we'd go out to dinner and come back to just only our little kind of hotel room.
That would be fun.
Would
Would you also steal the toilet paper when you left?
Exactly.
Put it in the guest bathroom.
But I also have this other dream eventually of being able to have a full spa day where I do all of the things, where I can get a facial, a massage, a mani-pedi, sitting and relaxing, whatever area they have to sit and relax in, whether it's a salt room or a sauna or just kind of the whole thing. I want to do the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that at many spas, that's going to be like $500 or $600, and that's why I haven't done it yet. Maybe I just want someone else to just give me those things, but I feel like that'd be very fun.
Yeah.
To just do all the things.
I've never had a spa day. I've never done anything except get a massage. That's the spa-iest thing that I've ever done.
Yeah. And even if I get a pedicure, I never have done a pedicure and a manicure. Like I don't do all of it.
Yeah. Okay. So I do get pedicures like a couple times a year, but I don't remember the last time I got a manicure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. I used to get gel manicures.
Oh man, I can't do those.
Well, your nail polish would stay on for so long.
I know. And then it would ruin your nail bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't have that. These babies gotta last.
I know. That's why I never have my nails painted.
Okay, what's yours?
So I think maybe like getting a hotel on the beach would be fun. It is annoying to go to the beach because it costs so much money if you live here. Parking is like $20, and which is nothing. I mean, granted, if $20 is all it costs to go to the beach, like that's a lot better, But
it's not something you can do like necessarily every weekend.
Just because we live near the beach doesn't mean we go often, because it is quite an expense. And so it's also work to trudge everything there and back. And then you have to be there the whole time. You can't take a break like you can if you had a hotel room on the beach. Mm-hmm. It's just a lot easier to vacation on the beach than it is to live near one.
Yeah.
So I think that would be fun. I used to go, my friend's parents had like a beach house right on the water, like up in St. Augustine. That was so much fun. Yeah. That was when I realized, I was like, this is why I don't like the beach, because
you can't get
work,
out of the sun.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like when you're right there, it's so easy to just go in and out like all day. So I think that might be maybe, but we're not big beach people anyways. So I don't know, but that would maybe like just a hotel. I've always wanted to stay at the Vinoy, but we got engaged there. We've never stayed there.
Fun. You should. Mm-hmm. That'd be a good little anniversary treat. But I also feel like something like that would be really fun with kids, as far as a hotel on the beach.
Yes.
That would help with, you can rinse them off, you can bring the toys, and you're just kind of back and forth. When they get too tired, you can come inside and cool down.
Yeah, you're not shuffling around in the car or waiting in lines or anything. So yeah, I think that would be super fun to do with the boys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode inspired you to have a staycation somewhere. I hope we inspired you with the themes. Please let us know by leaving a rating and review, which theme you're going to try first, and let us know how it goes. Hopefully it's 5 stars. Like this one from this, I guess it's from Change Jar, called Doubled My Money. After listening to you for months out of curiosity in how real women handle money, I was motivated to make a change. I opened a savings account with CIT through your link. I started with an $8,000 deposit, everything I had, and in 2 months, I've doubled my savings. I've used many of your helpful tips to get there. Couldn't have done it without you two. Each listen feels like girlfriends rallying me on and guiding me through. You're like a life changer for me. I thank you. And I think my husband thanks you even more. Girl,
this
yes.
is big
Change
news.
jar. frugalfriendspodcast.com/CIT.
For that high yield savings account.
The yield will not double your money.
Yeah.
You've got to do that, but the 4.65% does help.
Yeah, I earn over $100 on my money every month just by having it in a high yield savings account. Mine is truly with CIT. Again, we're not going to rep people that or companies that we don't actually like or use. I use them. They're great. I'm so glad that this has helped you. Thanks for your kind review. And if you all are listening and again want to leave that review, please do on whatever platform you're listening to. Get the Friendletter, frugalfriendspodcast.com. Keep listening. We're so glad you're here, and we're going to see you next time.
Bye. Frugal Friends is produced by Eric Siriani. Jill, let's talk a little bit about owning a home, because we were just talking about this before we recorded.
Yeah.
And this is real talk. Owning a home, it's not, when we say it's not for everyone, honestly, it's in a lot of aspects, no, it's not better than renting. It's on par. It's basically the same
thing.
So we have done what the real estate people told us to do. You know, like I've talked to hundreds of real estate investors in my career, and everyone said buy a house that's really modest, and then in 5 years, buy another one, rent that first one out, and, renovate what you got. Like, so we did it textbook, and they're like, eventually you'll be paying, on the second one, you'll be paying, so we bought a house hack, essentially. It was our second one where we're renting out one side and living in the other. And they're like, essentially you'll be living for free. And I just ran the numbers this morning, because just this month, like everything is kind of reset. And after taxes and insurance have raised every year for the last 2 years, we are paying the exact same. But then we also had to go through the arduous task of renovating this home and dealing with 2 sets of tenants. And I would rather not. I'd rather just pay that money, not have an investment, which is basically a second job for each of us, plus raising children. It just didn't work out.
That's the thing. I wish that more people would talk a little bit more openly about this. At the same time, I don't want to lose sight of the privilege that it is to now have a home. There is that is something I go back to in worst case scenario. If I need money, I have something to sell. I did not have that as a renter.
Yeah.
So there is that. But as far as day to day, month to month, our monthly expenses are going up just like they would, if not more astronomically, as they would if I were renting. Like Eric and I bought our house 3.5 years ago. And in those 3.5 years, just from taxes and insurance alone, our mortgage, or what we pay monthly to live here, rose $500
per month.
Monthly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say this is not the real numbers, but let's say I was paying $1,000. Now it's $1,500. If I was paying $1,500, I'm now paying $2,000 like per month to live here. So now the spot that I'm in, I'm still paying less than I would if I were to have to rent a place like this, but it still makes me nervous because I bought this place very conservatively. We were approved for this amount of house based off of my income alone, thinking we're in great shape, and we're inching close to, it's about 25 to 30% of our annual household income is now what we're paying for this house now. It wasn't what we were paying previously. So I think I always thought you're kind of get locked in. Like if your mortgage is inexpensive, then that's just kind of how it stays. And it's not. Insurance and taxes go up every year. So they make your monthly housing expenses go up every year, just like they would if you were a renter.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't hear enough people talking about. And not to mention with your piece where people just want to make it seem so easy. House hack, have tenants. It's like there are so many nuances that go into that, and keeping a house fully rented with good tenants who are paying you on time, not to mention upkeeping and maintaining now 2 different properties. Plus you don't get homestead exemption on the place that you're renting out. So that absolutely increases the taxes on it. There's just so much to it that it does baffle me and frustrate me with how people will talk about just do this. This is the one way and the one path. And it is good. It can be good, but it is not for everybody. And there are so many other ways to be able to make money in a more simple way. I think that isn't so dang stressful.
Yeah. I mean, and we are all lucky that we bought like our first house and your house way below what we could have.
Yeah.
Like so many people get wrangled into buying at the top of their budget or buying at the midpoint of their budget. And then we see stuff like this happen, and it's killing people.
And that's the reason not to push the budget, because if you're pushing the budget as is, it's going to go up, and it could go up drastically. But then there you go. All the more reason for a staycation, for us to enjoy the place that the majority of our income is going to.
Yep. Paid my mortgage, gonna get my money's worth.
Your new home journey starts at Fisher Homes, where everything is red, white, and new. Explore exclusive summer savings and start your journey by selecting your ideal home site and your dream community. Choose from a variety of expertly designed floor plans and bring your style to life at the Lifestyle Design Center. Are you looking for a quick move-in ready home instead? Fisher Homes has options for those too. Fill out a form to connect with a new home advisor at fisherhomes.com to get started today before the sun sets on summer savings.
Amazon One Medical presents Painful Thoughts.
With a little help from the internet, I've diagnosed myself with lymphangiomyomatosis, a very rare case, since it only affects women of childbearing age, and, well, I'm a man.
Book a same-day appointment with Amazon One Medical and get checked out for the thing you definitely don't have. Amazon One Medical. Healthcare just got less painful.
Does money stress you out? Let Facet flip your financial chaos into clarity.
Finding Facet immediately put us at ease.
Facet's innovative approach to financial planning ensures your money works as hard as you do, enabling members to experience the joys of having your finances in order.
And that makes us Facet for life now, I guess.
Visit Facet.com, FACET.com to learn more. This ad is sponsored by Facet. Facet Wealth is an SEC registered investment advisor. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities, nor is it investment, legal, or tax advice. These testimonials are from current Facet members who are not compensated. All opinions are their own and not a guarantee of a similar outcome.